Is it important for me to brand?
Whether or not you brand, you already have a brand.
Mm-hmm.
But branding is like an intentional effort to shape the perception of a brand.
Hello everyone, you're welcome to the podcast series brought to you by Arabic Creative Hub. And my name is David Deborah. I'm your host for today. Here with me today is an amazing person, a brand strategist who has helped brands to mix ideas with creativity and clarity. I am with Mr. Miracle Igho. I'm so excited to have you here with us today.
Nice
Thank
being
you
here.
so much.
Thank you for having
So
me.
tell us about you. Who is Mr. Miracle Igho?
Well, Miracle Igho is a lot of things, but amidst that is a brand designer and brand strategist.
So how did you start your branding? How did you begin?
Well, for a start, I started with design. Never knew it was going to go like a broader aspect like strategy and all of that. I started with graphic design at 2022 or so, and I just finished secondary school. So I knew somehow, because of certain circumstances, I knew I had to do something or start something that's going to at least earn me money, right? So I started earning just, something to keep myself up, and that was how I started. And since then, it's been an amazing journey, and here we are.
So when creatives, people hear branding, right? They think about having a niche, having something people know you for, probably having a catchline, having a catchphrase or something like that. So what's your definition of branding?
Well, all of those things you mentioned are something or a part of branding. But as you said, my definition of branding, I would say branding is an experience. Full stop.
How is that an experience? We're not saying who stop that.
All right, branding is an experience in the sense that there is a business owner, there is a brand, and branding is like what's entailed in the brand. And by that, I mean branding, as it says, brand in, like it's a continuous thing, it never ends, like it's continuous, right? And a brand is more like a reputation. And for a reputation to be built, there has to be an experience. So branding is more of what people experience about you. So the little things you do, the obvious things you do, those are what forms your brand. And the process is called branding.
Alright, so I could have a business, right? I could be a business owner and just run my business, make sales and stuff like that. Is it important for me to brand?
Whether or not you brand, you already have a brand.
Mm-hmm.
But branding is like an intentional effort to shape the perception of the brand. Whether or not you, for instance, if let's say I call your friend's name, there's a perception of your friend in your head already, whether or not she's building a brand or not. So branding is now the intentional effort to always shape people's perception and to guide people's perception the way you want it and the way you intend it to be.
The way you want them to see you.
Exactly.
The way you want to see your brand and your vision.
Exactly.
So everybody is trying as much as possible to put their business out there, do it on social media, make sales, make a name for themselves, get influence, and get more people to reach out to them. What are the mistakes you have seen young people make in the process of branding?
Well, young people, I'm young, right? But when you put it that way, one of the mistakes I would say beginners, let's just put it that way, make is they try to copy people. There's a framework in like design generally, it's called Still Like an Artist. Still Like an Artist is you getting one from this, one from this, one from this. But people, especially beginners, they just copy things, they replicate things, and they think they are building a brand, but they are only, and someone says, I can't remember the person, it says the best version of something you can be is a photocopied version. So when you copy someone, the best version of that person you can be is a second-hand version of the person. So instead of trying to copy people and copy, how someone is built, their brand and all of that, you can get insight from what they are doing. You can get strategies from what they are doing. You can observe and learn and try to implement and iterate as you go on. But you just taking it like word for word and everything, that's like one of the mistakes I've noticed from people who are just starting to build a brand.
So I'm going to take something from what you said last. You see, sometimes when people start and they don't really have their niche, they don't really have a name, they don't really understand themselves and have their own personal brand, but they have people they look up to, people they want to be like, people that they have seen their works and they really appreciate it, and they're just like, okay, if you do it this way, I could just try it his way and start from there. So is it wrong as a beginner to let's not necessarily call it copying, right? Look at what someone else is doing and try and recreate it just, as a startup, you're not exactly where you want to be, but you just want to start from what you're already seeing.
Alright, that's a pretty good question, but I would say that everybody's a thief. But the only person who is a thief is the thief that they caught. Right? So people, there's nothing new under the sun. Like the Bible says that, right? There's nothing under the sun. So everything you see or every new innovative thing you see has been done before. Either they did it and tried to, make it better, or they did it and trying to invert it by doing it in a modernized way, if I'm to put it that way. So I won't say it's bad for you to copy someone or let's just be inspired by what someone is doing and try to replicate it. That's not bad, but it would be bad or considered bad when you do it and then you do not add your personal touch to it. Like everything is just clear DNA. There should be an influence of your personal values into what you are copying.
Alright, so let's delve into social media. Yeah. Right. Do you think a lot of happening in social media lately, by the way? Do you think social media has been of help to businesses, people trying to brand, or it has been more of a harm to businesses and brands?
Well, social media, if you have to go back, social media is like a gun, right? It can be for protection and it can be for abuse. So nothing is good or nothing is bad. Depends on the usage of the thing. Masmo will say when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. A lot of people are not introduced to media literacy. They don't know why they are on the app. They are on the app because the app has been pre-installed on their device. Right? So when they do things, they tend to abuse it because they don't know the use in the first place. Right? Social media is a tool. Right? And as every tool, there's always an advantage and there's always a disadvantage. Having a knife is a tool for, let's say slicing onions or something. But someone else can still take the same knife and stab someone, right? So that's basically what social media is. It's a tool, so you can use it for the good part and you can use it for the bad part, right? And I was on a speaking engagement, I think last week, and this person was like, when I was talking on maximizing social media for productivity, and the person was like, not everybody wants to make money, not everybody wants to create value, not everybody wants to do this. And to me, that's just like flimsy excuse and all of that, but that's aside, right? And the person asked the question was like, what if they just want to use social media, to catch crews, to just, probably they've been busy all their day, they work like an hybrid job and stuff, and they just want to use social media to while every time. While that might seem logical, I don't think that's the case. A lot of the time, the reason why people are addicted, maybe not addicted, but people who are used to social media is they want to escape from their reality. As a visionary, think like a visionary. They don't want to deal with the issue, the challenge. They don't want to fight. There's an experiment that has proved this, right? They locked two group of persons in a room, and the first one just stay in the room. Now, both of them actually stay in the room, silence and, just be with yourself. And the second group has the choice to, press a button that's going to inflict, maybe not inflict, maybe that's not the word, but more like electrify them. And, and the second group actually choose that option. right? Because they always want to be in activity. It's pretty hard for, especially in this age of technology, AI, robotics, and XYZ, it's quite very hard for people to stay with themselves, to meditate, to connect with their inner man, right? So at every point in time, when you see someone who is always on social media, just wants to use it for the bad things, and the reason is not the social media. The reason is because they are trying to run away from themselves. So I would say that's what social media is for.
So the reason is not social media, right?
Not social media.
Actually misuse an equipment, something, an entity. It's not the fault of the entity. It's your fault. It's what you choose to use it for.
Exactly.
So talking about social media now.
Yeah.
Let's say I'm a business owner. I have a business. I'm trying to make my business known by people. I'm trying to build my social media presence, not just mine, but that of my brand. Yeah. And do I need a brand strategist? Like, do I need to get a brand strategist? I could just, by the way, I'm starting, right? I don't have enough skills. I'm just trying to set up and everything. Is it necessary that I get a brand strategist as part of my setup plan? Or I could actually sit down and put 7 days in place. If you say no, you're going to tell us that the things we are going to put in place that we could just start up with, right? Until the brand becomes so big, or not so big, but goes to a certain level where we can now afford to have a brand strategist and put all those things in place.
All right, that's impressive, right? So, do you need a brand strategist? Yes. Do you need a brand strategist when just starting out? I don't think so, right? They say, there's this quote that says, whatever you don't have, you are paying for it. Or something around like whatever you don't have because you don't have the capacity to get it, you're already paying for it. So let's say you need a brand strategist. Obviously, for every travel business, you need a brand strategist, you need a brand manager, right? If you don't have that brand strategist, you're already paying for not having that brand strategist. In the sense that the growth that your brand is supposed to experience, you're not going to experience it, right? But when starting out, you don't need a brand strategist per se. When starting out, especially in every business, I know there's this Instagram thingy, you want everything to be flashy, to be, appealing and visually and whatever whatnot, right? But if you're just starting, the first thing you need is customers. The goal of every business is profit. That's it. So even if you don't have everything set up, you don't have equipment, once you can get customers, you can start a business. And so as you grow the business, not like you get the money, the financial aspect, like you get the money, starts, lifestyle inflation and stuff. But you get the money, you pour it back into the business, and then the business keeps on going because there is enough capital now running the business. So when you get to a certain level, you yourself can no longer undo what is coming. So you need a brand strategist to be able to help you build systems and structures that are going to manage the present brand effectively. So I wouldn't say you need a brand strategist or you do not need a brand strategist, but if you're asking me like a yes or no question, I would say you need a brand strategist. But if you are just starting out, for now, you do not need a brand strategist.
Right. So if I'm setting up my business and I don't really have so much, sales already, we're just trying to put everything together, I could just, fill in for that part.
Yeah.
And when we grow,
you are paying for it with your time. You have to learn a couple of things. So you're already paying for it, even though.
What do we put in place? What are the things that brand strategist will advise us to do?
Well, for a start, you don't need to learn any complex thing. You just need to learn how the business works, because you just have to grow the business to a point that it can now afford hiring people that will effectively run like a brand strategist.
So, with your experience, what are the mistakes you have seen business owners, startup business owners, right, make to that, is detrimental to their business, to the growth of their business, sales, to branding and
Well, I can't pinpoint one right now, but I would say that a lot, let's say you need a brand strategist. Obviously, for every travel business, you need a brand strategist, you need a brand manager, right? If you don't have that brand strategist, you're already paying for not having that brand strategist. In the sense that the growth that your brand is supposed to experience, you're not going to experience it, right? But when starting out, you don't need the brand strategies per se. What's this business going to be in the next 5 years? What's this business going to be in the next 10 years? Is this a business that someone can, it can succeed the next generation and stuff, right? But a lot of Nigerian businesses as well just start now, they just do things for survival. So there is no direction, there is no caution, there is no, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to do this, right? Every brand has that, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to do this. So that's like one of the major, maybe not problem, but that's one of the major things I've noticed. So when you are building a business, for instance, someone who is building a business, a brand, for just survival, there is every tendency that the person is going to insult customers because they are stressed. You are stressed, yes, we understand, but for the sake of what you are building, you are not supposed to vent your, transfer your aggression on a customer, because customer is not a customer does not send a message, right? Right, the customer does not send you actually. So you need to be able to maintain and manage your emotions. That difference is like emotional intelligence is one of it. Reception, if you call it, it's people Nigeria, receptionist. Hello, how far? Who they talk about? Hello, they talk. It's so vast. There's no IQ in it. Sorry to put it that way, right? But when you call, like, people have mastered this thing. When you go to Mr. XYZ, people knew that they've never called you Mr. You be like, wow, interesting. It's psychology. They're just trying to get them to, to buy into what you're trying to say to them. So a lot of things, social media, for instance, now you see a lot of business owners with their business account posting their account details on a giveaway post. So in the next, you should hear someone wants to do business like $1 billion now says that I know there are different dynamics to it, but how that is not original, but protocol wise, that's not something you should be doing. You should have actually thinking like with the future in mind, right? So these are like different scenarios that I think people should work on and operate their business as though it's going to survive them. Businesses that have survived, the founders are businesses that the founders will have too much say in them. I mean, too much say. Like, there are two concepts of founders. They are the ones that founders who are the visionaries and founders who are the managers, right? Founders who are the visionaries, they have the grace for them to take bigger risk. They are the underdogs. They do things like pushing things. People like Steve Jobs, you are not afraid of taking risks. But when your business or your brand has grown to a certain extent, you don't need that particular founder to be like at the top. They need someone who can scale the brand. They can't be taking risks when the lives of many other persons are involved in it. The reputation of the brand is involved in it, right? So you can't be taking so much risk. So it is a manager who is showing for it that will be able to build systems and structures that would scale the brand and would actually prevent other things that the founder most likely would want to do, because he's the one with the vision and he believes that he has there's this drive in him to always want to do and want to do. But the businesses of the brands that survive decades are the ones that have those two sets of managers. Thank you.
You said a little bit. So I'm going to give a scenario, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure some of you that want to think about it. I'm going to give it scenario. Just talk about being interesting, right?
Yeah.
Thinking about not just having a business or a brand, but thinking about 5 years from now, planning for 10 years from now, and not just trying to do things for survival. Let me give you a scenario. You're a Nigerian student.
Yeah.
Okay? You're a Nigerian student and you're trying to not only make ends meet, but build a life for yourself, a comfortable life for yourself. And probably you dabble into a shoe business, shoe branding business, or you start selling hair, clothes, stuff like that Nigerian students do. How do I brand my business in looking at 5 years from now, looking at 10 years from now, seeing that in as much as we are all trying to, brand and rest, but the the thing relating to my kind of business. With the little I have, how can I put it together and make it something that I'll look back 5 years and I'll be able to, I'll say we have gone to a certain level where I can now see that this is such a big thing right now. So how do you take it from the aspect of a Nigerian student probably just starting up a shoe business, and you're trying to not just make it something you survive with, you just, okay, someone buys shoe for me and I use it to eat today, but I'm trying to put my business together, set strategies and things that will be in place 10 years, 5 years from now.
That's a good one. I mean, Nigerian students, by the way. Right? So, as a Nigerian student, just trying to make ends meet and all of that, it's fine at that level. It's fine, but like I said, as you grow, there are certain things that you shouldn't be doing. For instance, you start a business, the first thing you need are customers. The way it works, it's a loop, right? So if you treat the customer right, there's every probability that the customer is going to bring other customers, other people to you. So if you're able to build a tribe, and I know that's what Apple uses. It's called community. We live in a technology where everybody's just like on their device and stuff. So there is, by human nature, we are supposed, or African as a whole, we are built on community. So if you can build your brand on community, on tribe, so when people like, for instance, you got an Apple product, let's say an iPhone. If you see someone else that is using an iPhone, it's just psych. Like, there's this feeling you will just have, like, okay, this person is in my league. So if you're able to build that kind of cult-like brand, that when your customers see other customers, they are proud to be part of your brand. They're proud to be affiliated with your brand. So that's one of the things. So, and the best way is to just treat your customers right, like treat them right. But outside of that, mentioning Nigerian students and all of that, I would say there is a lot to business, and that's what I say. See, if your business cannot function without you, you do not have a business, you have a job. And this is like a polluted definition of business. A lot of people are traders. A lot of Nigerian students are traders. They get from this and they sell, which is not bad. Like I said, as you grow, right? I've done that before, so it's not like I'm shaming anybody, right? But as you grow, you start building a business in the way that the business can function without you. So even if you are the only one running the business at the moment, in your head, with your business plan, you already have stars. So when you get money from the business, the money is not for you. You can pay yourself salary from the profit you earn, but like the whole money is not for you. Like, you are using your OPay account or whatever, your personal account to get money, and before you know, someone asks for money for help, you send the person. There is no structure, there is no discipline, there is nothing. Like, you're just running the business as a one-man person. So it's not really a business, it's more like I said, survival thing. So as you grow, you learn business, or you hire people who are trained for building business and scaling business.
I've gotten a lot of hints from what you just said now. So a lot of business owners, it actually makes me think about a whole lot. So you're trying to buy something from someone and the person sends you their OPay account. First off, there's this it's very unprofessional, and I just have this alert of this can be a scammer. Why is this your OPay account? How am I seeing your name in it? But there is a way you feel when you're trying to make a transaction with a business and it becomes the official business account, and you're like, okay, this is a trusted brand. That's part of branding too. So you guys, don't make that mistake. I know you're a business owner, but please go and get you can even set up money points as business. You can set up, don't do money points, set it up. Let it be your business and you send it to them, and I got one hit. So that's one hit. So I'm not paying him for this, so I'm getting this for free. So please get your business account. People trust you more, you look more professional, and it's just the best. So as a business owner, how much should I charge? I really want to make a lot of money. I really want to make a lot of profits, and I know I might not be offering so much, but I still want to make a lot of profits. How do I charge?
Well, pricing is a very dicey subject. Now we have to separate them in the sense of services and products, right? Product has like cost of production, so there's more like a threshold as to what the lowest you can go. But services, most of the time, especially for beginners, there is really no threshold as to how low you can go. That's very dicey. But let's take the product for example, right? There should be a threshold as to, because of course you know your cost of production and you have to add a little margin for it to make profit and all of that. So
say they need to. Nigerians don't go without you add as much antibiotic can
But if you put it that way, like typical Nigerian way. And this just proves the point that if pricing is your problem, then like if pricing is what will make people not patronize you or buy from you or transact with you, then the problem is not price. The problem is something else.
Of the goods.
The way, the presentation, the packaging, the branding, right? So imagine you get, let's say, a shoe from a brand, not a known brand. You get a shoe from a brand, and then they packaged it well. They wrote a thank you, handwritten thank you note. That's why I say branding is an experience. So when you get the package, just send the package. Why do you think people keep Nike box?
Yeah.
Right? They want to affiliate with, they want to be affiliated with the brand. They want to show people that okay, this is me, this is their status. Right? People buy because you help them save time, you help them save money, and then you give them a form of status. Right? So Apple uses this a lot, right? And even like brands that are established, this is what they use. So you get a Nike product and then you keep the packaging, but you don't throw it away. Right? So it's just because you want people to see that okay, I got this, you fast and do unboxing, but if you go get something from like let's say a local brand that's not yet established, it's nylon, like girls.
What are you online learning?
There's nothing to unbox there, so you're just like okay, this is it, like just do it like eating, like just like your easy secret, right? Yes. But if you are able to present it in a way and give them an experience that they would always want to share, it's just free promotion for you. So it's really not about pricing per se. There are a lot of things entailed in that particular section. But when we now go to creatives, if you're just starting out, and do something for free. In terms of money, because of course money is not the only currency, right? There are other things. But in terms of money, you can do something for free. But what you get in turn is bigger. And I'm not saying let them I'm not saying work for visibility or work for I'll post you or something. Okay. I'm just saying you should understand the stage that you are. For instance, you're a graphic designer, right? And you're just starting, deep down that the design is not given yet, right? Of course, everyone has to do. The design is not given yet. You can volunteer because you are trying to build your skill, you are trying to build yourself, you are trying to build your portfolio. So you can volunteer to work on a real life project and say, okay, this is it, and you set the terms. You do it like an actual business. The way you're actually going to operate when you're already established. Though you volunteer and they did not pay you, to them psychologically they will pay you because they will always want to work with you, they will always look forward to your growth, they always want to contribute to your growth and see that you actually get the level that you want to get to. Right? So it's really not about pricing. And as a creative also, there are different things to consider. Just because you heard someone, especially on social media with this flashy ring light and boxes and everything. I charge $150 for a flyer. Like, okay, interesting. So someone reaches out to you and says, I want to design, and you get the person wants to flyer. You will stay there for a long period of time, like you will stop. Right? So you need to understand that you're climbing a ladder. Right? People charge $1,000 today for a design. I'm using graphic design as a case study, applies to other creative work, right? Charge $1,000 today, they are going to charge $0 for the same level of the same actual project, right? The same work, the same level of dedication, the same timing, the same everything. They once charge nothing for it. Or maybe they did not charge nothing for it, but the idea is they did not charge as much as they did now. Right? So as you increase in value, as you increase in showing up, as you increase in building your brand, the people you've worked with, how their reputation has built up for you, and other things that are involved. You can now confidently charge, because when you're starting out, you are paying with your time, right? But now that you have other things that your time your time has been, how do I put this now? Your time is now pretty much expensive than it is. You can easily not work for a whole month, but the next project that is coming, you know that it's going to cover the whole month that you did not work for, right? So it's just, you don't have to ask someone. If you have to ask someone, how much should I charge for this work, then to me, I would say you're not worth charging the price, because if you are putting in the work, you know the amount of dedication, you know the amount of money that you spend on, let's say, courses and mentorship and stuff. You place premium on your price, right? You place premium. You can ask for guidance, but asking like, how much should I charge? Because I'll try to like, I don't know what I'm doing. Please help me.
Anything you give me, I'll take.
Exactly. So I think that's just that.
Yeah, that's amazing. Actually, I had an experience that I'm going to share that relates to what we're talking about. A few years ago, I actually went to a restaurant, a very nice eatery, very well-to-do eatery, very expensive fine dinner stuff, and I ordered their food. Lo and behold, it wasn't like, I was like, why are we spending money on this? Why are we spending money on this? And I tasted it and I was like, oh no, this is terrible. And we paid a lot of money for that. And 2 days later, someone gave us the food that they got from somewhere. I don't know the place, but I'm sure it's not a fine dinner. They just said somewhere. Once somebody says somewhere, just know that it doesn't have a name. Just, you can walk around the street and see where you go. And oh my God, the food was delicious. It was so nice, and I'm like, we spent so much for rubbish. Sorry to call that rubbish, but we got at a very affordable price, something that was so nice and rest. So you can be doing a lot, right? But you have not gotten to that stage. You have not gotten the name, the brand. You have not gotten the wisdom and the insight. Package your brand in a way that they will even pay you for your worth. Because that lady her food was worth $8,000, right? But she was requesting for very little because she hasn't branded, packaged, gotten a name for herself and for her brand. But then people that have the name and the brand don't even really know what they're doing with it, because people are buying, people are trooping to the eatery, to the restaurant, because it's here, of course. I want to tell people that I ate here. I want to take a picture and go, I'm at.
Yeah.
You get? Yeah. So it's the name, it's the brand, it's everything that they have built. It's a whole lot.
So here is it. People don't pay for value. People pay for perceived value.
Yes.
So that's why branding is so important, because you are able to control the narrative. A story is as important as the narrative. Jesus Christ's story was so, people take it so passionate because of the way it was told. The story of the cross, the story of this, the story of that. So a story or a brand story is as good, as valued as the narrative behind it. So also positioning, right? So the person's location, the other person's location might just be in one corner, and then that other brand's position might be in the highway or something, somewhere that could easily be seen, visible, yeah. And then it's like you said, take pictures, you want to be nice setting, nice thing, the scene and everything. And you're walking up to the restaurant, and then probably the security man opens the door for you, or the door opens itself. So that's like, wait a minute. So like, it's just experience, really. So people pay for perceived value, not value in itself.
So, talking about this, as relating to this, to be something that people will not say, okay, I got from this brand, I use this, oh, you use this, I use this too, I got from her, and it's so nice, and they are proud of, being, what are the strategies to do this? You mentioned a few, you just tell us a few more.
Well, like I said earlier, is to build a tribe around a brand. It means that people would want to affiliate with the brand, right? So people would want to affiliate with the brand in the sense that the people already affiliated with the brand, there is a I'm missing out, this FOMO thing. I'm missing out from not patronizing this brand.
Sure.
There's a way that people will talk about the brand and be like, wait, so why wouldn't I patronize this brand? Okay, I need to visit this brand. I need to be here, I need to be there, and all of that.
So it's been an amazing time with you. Like, I enjoyed the conversation. I've learned a lot. from you. And for my own business, I've learned branding too, and it's just amazing. So, as we wrap up, what do you have to say to people? What do you have to say to them? What do you just want to, round everything up?
Well, to round up, I would say that the best at this particular time, the best brand you can build is your personal brand. And for your personal brand, you don't necessarily have to want to do this or do that. You just have to be yourself, right? You have to be yourself, share your ideas, share your philosophies, share your perspective, and this way you can stand out in the crowded this algorithm and everything. People try to get attention by force and by shaking their buttocks and everything. So just be yourself, share your ideas, and trust me, you are going to come out top of the world. And with this, I say, be the change you want to see in the world. Catch you.
How can we reach out to you? Your social media handle?
Well, you can reach out to me, Miracle Igho, once again. You can reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, on X, which is Twitter, and on LinkedIn for now. Right? The same name, Miracle Igho, which is Miracle and IGHO.
All right, thank you very much for being here with us. It's been an amazing conversation.
Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited for the next episode. So, till we meet again.